Greetings! This is Scopy with yet another episode of Why Are You So Bad at LoL? In this game, I'm actually going to be playing something a little bit different, as you can see. I'm going to be playing Lux with my buddy who's playing Tristana. This is a friend's game. So, you know, we're going to be... These are all people that I know, so I'll try not to be too terribly mean to them. And up here we're going up against, it's an interesting kind of combination with the Caitlyn bottom, which is a very offensive bottom. We're countering that with our Lux Tristana bottom, which is a little bit different than what you might normally see, because a Lux on bottom has no heal, so I had to pick up the summoner skill of heal in order to have some healing, just like Kale does. But Kale picked up Clairvoyance, and I picked up Exhaust instead because I want maximum crowd control. Because one of the problems with bottom lane is that you need your crowd control in order for your AD carry to be able to get in and to do some damage. And with Lux, she has a lot of good slows and roots, and the Exhaust on a support and Ignite on the carry allows you to focus a ton of damage onto somebody with the Ignite and the AD carry, and then the Exhaust both keeps them in lane and makes it so they can't counterattack as well. The problem with Lux is that she has less than 500 health, so she's super squishy, so you got to be extra careful with her. And with relying on the heal, which at level 1 is only 160 health. Sorry about that. With only 160 health, it makes it difficult. So we're starting off with blue. We're all trying to help. Clairvoyance goes down. The other team knows what's going on. I try to throw my Lightbring and completely whiff the blue golem, but fortunately Olaf doesn't need my help and is able to pretty easily take this down. The AD carry is sticking around just a little bit to make sure. I'm worried about people being in the jungle, that a counter jungle would be able to kill me. So I'm going to take the long way around, but we're still going to be able to get there in time. Caitlyn is still farming pretty well, not pushing all that hard. We have Ashe and Veigar in middle, which Ashe is a gigantic nuke. Veigar is super squishy, but he has the stunts and the control that he might be able to take them out. And then Shen is super awesome and going on against Shyvana up top. So for those who don't know about League of Legends, that this game is all about this game is essentially set up to where there's 3 lanes. There's top, there's middle. Oop, I just missed that. Middle, I think the Ignite Annie was able to take care of that. Top and middle. So middle is usually the 2 casters who duke it out, casting spells at each other. Bottom lane is usually 2 people. So it's a support champion and a attack damage champion, and we harass each other, throwing spells, doing what we can to cause each other problems. Kale has a little bit more sustain because she does have a heal, and by attacking with them, attacking in, keeping the pressure on, keeping her health down, forces Kale to burn her cooldowns, and forces her and sort of pushes her towards powering up her heal more than anything else. So we hit another one. I still take quite a bit of damage from everyone, and we lose that exchange because Caitlyn has quite a bit of health and I don't have my shield yet, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a ward because we're pushed out pretty far and we're worried about the jungler coming around and killing us. So we're just going to go ahead and chill on bottom and let them push out a little bit. Trying to get to where we're able to throw something down. I'm just trying to keep the pressure on her. I finally get my bubble. The problem with the bubble is that that it takes a while for you to get it. So, and I feel here that Caitlyn has quite a bit of damage, and fortunately Tristana has her explosion, which is going to really help her out. Middle's doing fine. I think the Farm Fest continues up top. They're about even in health. And looks like junglers are coming down to mid, trying to do some damage. Stun comes down. Olaf isn't able to do anything, and Veigar escapes that. But, oh, moves back into range, gets stunned, and destroyed by the Annie stun. So, yeah, when you're fighting Annie with her passive, this little counter will count up to 5, and once it hits 5, she's able to stun. So now she has this little ball around her. And one of the tricks that some people will do is that they'll leave it one before, drop the stun, or cast a spell, then shoot the stun, just so to hide you into doing it. But that was not good for them. Out of range, and Nocturne's coming in to cover the lane, which junglers are supposed to do when stuff happens. It looks like Shen's been able to push Shyvana all the way back to tower. She's out of potions. Shen is teleporting back up. Got a ruby crystal and boots, so he's going to have a little bit more health, front end health. And we're still having problems with people on bottom. And we're just trying to harass as much as possible, doing as much damage, but with quite a bit of magic resistance on. It will reduce 30% of any damage, and I'm only able to do for 105, so only doing about 60 damage to her. So I'm not doing a whole bunch of damage, but every little bit of damage helps. Especially, she probably has health runes or something. She went with massive amounts of health. So, and we're still got to be very careful about what's going on. I don't have a ward, so once that ward dies, we're going to be in trouble. That choice to go with the Meki Pendant at the beginning is not a good one. And, ooh, just barely misses on that shot. So now we're getting pushed 1-on-2 by that Caitlyn just because she has so much, so much damage and able to do so much problems with us. And I hit the heal to make sure that we're okay. She goes in for the kill. My attacks are coming down. I'm trying to push her, but we see Caitlyn come across the bush, and we know that we don't want to push any farther. I'm out of magic, and Tristana is low, and there's the heal showing that Kayle is in this area. We got to be careful for a dive, because if that happens, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So Tristana's bottom is in bad shape. Fortunately, Olaf is nearby and might be able to help. Able to drop the root, but with the range that Caitlyn has, we can't trade blows because Tristana has not leveled up far enough in order to be able to hit at a long range to outrange Caitlyn. Because I think right now her range is much better than our Tristana, and she will not be able to trade blows. If she does, she's going to die horribly. Tristana needs to go back and heal, but we're worried about the dive. We're worried about the problem. And I'm just dropping spells on her to try and keep her from getting dived. Dovin. See what's still going on top. So now that my mage is gone, I'm going to have to back off and hide behind the tower. 2 on tower. This is going to be problematic. I need to stay just out of range of Kayle doing some damage. And it looks like Siobhan... looks like someone's stealing blue there. Shen's going to go down and see what's up. Olaf comes in. Uh-oh. Nocturnal coming down. He's probably in the neighborhood. Went for Annie. 2-on-1. He's able to take down Annie with her ult. Ulf is pushing him off the lane, trying to give us a little bit, and I've hit 6. So now we are waiting. Tristana's back. We're now 3-on-2 at the bottom. Caitlyn is still around. Kayle's still around. It looks like Ulf is just chilling. And it looks like he's going to go in. I'm trying to recall. I come back. Damage is coming down. I realize I'm out of range. Laser goes off. And Kayle gets destroyed. And, ooh, Tristana takes the turret. It's not in good shape. Taking quite a bit of damage. But first kill on bottom is really handy to us. Kill going to... Ooh, trying to get the root. And if we got the root, we could have killed her. But I don't have enough mana to do it again. So we're just going to push the lane out. And, ooh. Ulf does some massive amounts of damage. And we try and go for her. Staying in range, trying to push her off the tower. She's taking quite a bit of damage. I try and hit her and miss the root. Not going to be useful there. So I'm going to go ahead and run off. Because I need magic. Because without magic, Lux is useless. So So I'm going to disappear. Kale's coming back in, but with Caitlyn low on health, we got to be careful there. So Tristana's all by herself in bottom, 2-on-1. But with her escape maneuver, she'll be able to get out of there pretty easily. And Kale comes, does some damage, starts hitting her pretty hard, but she is able to escape and get out of range. Now I've finally picked up my Tear of the Goddess, and I'm hoping, I think, for something else. Oh yeah, trying to decide what I want. Go with the Fairy Charm, because I need my magic, and I really should have bought another ward now, but unfortunately, I did not have enough gold for it, so I should have waited around for 75 because I wasn't needed in lane. And Shyvana's pushing pretty hard. Annie's just camping in the bush, waiting for Veigar to come back. And uh-oh, Nocturnal coming down. Ooh, looks like gets triple teamed at the bottom, totally killed. And Tristana goes down, not able to hold bottom by herself.
An enemy has been slain.
And they're trying to take us out. Ooh, Annie's able to get... And Shen's coming down to help support. Annie hiding in the bush, make sure she can't get killed. And again, back at bottom. 1v2, trying to keep out of range. Using my bubble as much as possible. Now that I have Tear of the Goddess, I'm going to be slowly charging up stacks as I'm casting and standing spells. And Nocturne's now at the bottom, going for Annie. Shen's right behind him, but Nocturne sits under the turret and gets wrecked by the turret, not able to kill Annie. Shen helping out. So Annie is sitting pretty with 3 kills. This is going to become problematic for the other team. Coming back to bottom. Yeah, with Caitlyn is pretty quite far ahead of our AD champion, and able to root him in place and allow easy target for Tristana to start beating up on Kale. She only has half health. She's got to be careful because if she drops here, it'll be a problem. And Ulf takes top turret with the help of Shen. Stun coming down. Veigar just waiting, just letting Annie dominate this lane, trying to do something, and I think he's just not doing good. Alright, Tristana's back in lane. And trying to catch Tristana, or trying to catch oh my gosh. So Caitlyn's already got her BF sword, is way ahead of us here. Boots, BF sword, and attack speed. That with our Tristana only having a Doran's blade, she is not going to be able to win any competition. And oh my gosh, almost 3/4 of her health gone in one volley before she even has a chance to respond. That Caitlyn attack from the brush is super dangerous. And I'm just dropping a ball to see where people are. I know that Kale's hunting around in that area, and my bubble just does not come out soon enough in order for me to react to Caitlyn's abilities. And I'm still trying to root her in place just so I can do some damage to her. And bottom's in trouble. Again, Tristana's down there without the sustain of the heal. We are not able to do stuff. And oh my gosh, Tristana's getting really low, hurting bad. 2 levels behind. Ulf comes in to support. And we much needed help down here. And he's running around. We don't think it's warded. We're not sure where everyone is. And there they are, going for the kill. It's me. Tristana's just out of range. Ulf is coming down, able to do some damage. Hit Caitlyn to drop her down. Ulf is coming around. Damage is coming down. Caitlyn's able to escape. Hale is knocked away. Caitlyn's ult gets caught. And Laser coming down, taking out. And oh no, Nocturne's here, going for people. Going for Tristana. Tristana's able to escape. Oh, Ulf comes in, starts just chasing everyone down. Lasers come down. We're low on mana. She's almost gone. And oh my gosh, Shen keeps her up, able to kill Caitlyn, and the support picks up 2 kills. One with the laser and another one to finish it off as the tower aggro is taken by Ulf. That was I think a 3-for-1 there. Good move by our team. And all the while, since Shen wasn't able to get the teleport down with his ultimate, just going to go ahead and start clearing the opponent's jungle. The top turret is done. So we are winning top. Bottom is starting to turn itself around. Tristana should be going back now, and Tristana's still staying in lane. She must have a ton of gold at this point. With 1 kill, 69 creep score. Probably is waiting for that BF sword. And maybe just getting a little bit extra gold before running home. So, alright, looks like Blue's going to head back to Ulf. But we have some people coming down, potentially looking for that Blue. And there we go. Shyvana's looking for Blue, drops a ward. Oh, Vygar's in the middle of the fight, not where he wants to be. And they switch to Vygar immediately and destroy him. And he comes up to health, hits Shyvana, stuns her, and they just free double kill. Without vision, without knowing the two were there, that 2-on-2 fight, that Vygar walking right into the middle of the fight was not what he wanted to do. And his build is terrible. So that's probably why. Down on bottom, I'm trying to hold off 2 by myself again. Tristana's coming back around to help out. And I'm getting destroyed by this Caitlyn. Caitlyn comes down, Tristana hops over to try and prevent the actual tower dive, because they could probably take Lux out right now with just barely, with no armor and no magic resist and really no health at all to speak of. This is not going to be good for her. Things coming down, trying to get Caitlyn down, but oh my gosh, Lux deciding to come in at the wrong spot with red buff on. It's going to get destroyed by Caitlyn. Not going to be able to escape, and Tristana is gonna be in trouble. Tristana's going to go down as well to the ult. Caitlyn just mopping us up. That ult should not have been happening where it's supposed to. And Ulf able to, and Nocturne taking down Ulf. So 3 for 1, or 1 for 1 even trade there. Bottom getting beaten by Caitlyn. And a lot of that has to do to me standing right within range of Caitlyn when I do my ult. And realistically, Lux is long range support. She does not want to get up close and personal because she's super fragile and she's going to die horribly. So now I have some more. Caitlyn's back here. Shen's going to help out by covering bottom. But it's 2-on-1. It's 3-on-1 bottom. Uh-oh. Shen's got to be careful. Able to dash out of range. Good duke by Shen there. But it's 3-on-1. Bottom turret's in trouble. Lux is coming down to help. Laser coming down to do some damage to the minions. More just trying to keep this push dropped off. Stun comes down. Caitlyn's getting wrecked. Lots of damage. Misses the root. And we're chasing after him. 3-on-3. Tristana's here. Shen's coming down. Looking for someone else. Shyvana gets caught. Stun's coming down. Trying to hit people. Shyvana decides to go in to try and dive the AD carry. Shen's just taken so much damage. But everyone's super low. This is going to be problematic. Caitlyn trying to do some damage, but missing everybody. We fall back to the tower. Root's going out, whiffing everything. And Shen decides that it's time for him to head home. So, just trying to push these minions off. Caitlyn comes in close, wants this tower bad, but we're able to kill the flame. Hits Caitlyn. Stun coming down. Other things. Shen ult coming back, and just gives just enough energy. Shen comes in. Double kill for our team. Oh my god. That Shen ult perfectly timed, able to keep Tristana alive. And all the while, Annie is just taking top 1-on-1, able to do a lot of damage. Nocturne doesn't want to risk going in because that stun will wreck her. And Bear's coming down, unable to hit, but the Bear is chasing after him. Nocturne is still super low. And oh my gosh, Annie does quite a bit of damage, able just to nuke Nocturne down with all of her massive amounts of damage, with Tibbers out and around. Able to get out with 400 health, and she's going to run. And bottom turret with the wind down there. We are going to take this turret. Now, it's an interesting match here because Tristana now has double buff, and this very aggressive bottom lane. I am now ahead of Kale with some actual creep kills to keep me going. I'm able to buy some gold per 5 items, and I'm able to buy my Tear of the Goddess. And all the while, let's see, where am I at? So 244 extra magic, And that's mainly a late game purchase because it'll take the entire game in order to get up to enough mana. And having a whole lot of mana and having cooldown reduction with CDR boots, I'm going to be trying to throw my laser as much as possible in every fight and throw all of my abilities to support the team as much, slowing, rooting, doing a little bit of extra damage, and that laser to do an extra 400 points of damage is very useful to our team. So Caitlyn and Shyvana are now bottom, and Nocturne's coming down. We got to see where this is going. We're hiding, scared. Nocturne in middle with the team going there. Veigar running into the middle of the fight. Ulf just doing tons of damage to him. And Ulf, I think, lightning the minion right there. Oh, man. More damage coming down. Oh. KO goes down. And we're charging into the here. And, oh my gosh, Siobhan jumps over, trying to do some damage, but knows her fate is sealed. Take her down. Stun coming down from Veigar. And now all five are in mid lane. It's 5 versus 2. Veigar's low. Nocturne isn't able to do much. And we are just going to go ahead and take this tower for all that it's worth. And easy pickings here. So now we switch up, and now we're going to go for the second tower. Nocturne's the only one who can defend this. Veigar is nowhere to be seen. 4 mid, and Tristana's going into the jungle to get her attack up. And now that Caitlyn's here, we got some serious problems here. Ulf almost getting caught by Veigar, barely escaping with his life. If that stun went off, Caitlyn would have just completely ripped him to shreds. Now we escape out into the jungle with Shen taking their red buff, knowing that if he pulls it off, it'll be a good benefit for him. But Nocturne's coming around, so Shen's going to take off on his own, and he's going to go ahead and recall. So Annie all the while is going to take top. Tristana is going to take bottom. There's Tristana. Tristana's going to take bottom. We're just going to push out our lanes and farm a bit. But uh-oh. Ulf is spotted some of the minions, thinks that they're going to go for Annie. Veigar goes in for the kill, but just with the turret to defend her, able to just take so much damage, and gets destroyed by Veigar. But the fight continues, and now Olaf going in gets destroyed by 4 people on that team. Shen's not able to go into support. Teleport comes down for Shen because he wants to make sure that top lane is okay. I'm dropping my sight vision to see if we can see what's going on. I do not want to face check this bush because if they're waiting in there, waiting for us, I do not want to die horribly. So I check the bush, and I'm worried about a Baron attempt. So I'm going to go ahead and come on down. But I see Caitlyn there, and I know I can't 1v1 her because she will destroy me. So I drop a ward. I see that, they might be doing Baron right now. Yes, they're doing Baron. And they are super low. So Laser comes in, drops Nocturne down to almost nothing, and able to push them off of Baron. They don't have enough health in order to take it. And Shyvana's in the bush, trying to do something. And Tristana comes around, sees Shyvana, starts doing a ton of damage to her. And just enough with her red buff to kill. Now Caitlyn's in trouble too. Tristana comes over, and now it's a 1v1 fight against Caitlyn and Tristana. But oh my gosh. And luckily, they split up. Nocturne going one way, Caitlyn going another, and forcing us to choose one to chase, and we don't get either one of them. Good move by their team. That was almost a dangerous situation, and Caitlyn's now back to defend their turret. But with this minion wave coming out and 4 champions coming in fast, if Annie gets close to her with her stun, Caitlyn's going to be in a lot of trouble, and Shen's being super tanky, able to do quite a bit of damage. And we're just going to take this tower. And Ulf just doesn't care about the damage. Shen comes in. Oh my gosh. Caitlyn gets caught. Annie's coming into the middle. Laser coming down. Oh no. Annie's almost dead, but survives just through the nick of her teeth with only 300 health remaining. And now we have 4 in mid, 4v2. Bear's just wrecking other people and just causing problems. We get the inhibitor, but we need to back off now because taking on double turrets is not a good idea. So we decide to take off. Top lane is pushed pretty hard, and we need to get out of here. But unfortunately, the other team decides to surrender. GG all around. And that was actually an amazing game. The loss for their team coming when they decided to sit on. I'm gonna just go ahead and watch this. I'm gonna switch out to this, but coming when it was when they were going for that Baron attempt, and if they were able to catch the Baron, the course of the game would have changed radically. But with with a Shyvana with only 0 kills and with their Veigar having just a death cap and not really able to do much of anything, our team was just incredibly tanky, and with the Shen Olaf combination of super tank, with the Lux support and laser, and then the Tristana and Annie combination of massive amounts of damage, that the other team just wasn't able to stand up against it. And this very offensive support pays off super dividends for us with being able to take out the other team handily. So hopefully that was a little bit more of an interesting game for you guys, because you didn't see, it's not Udyr, not Alistar. So I'm hoping this was a little more interesting, seeing something a little bit different. I don't know what's going to happen next, but we will see what happens. All right, that's it for me. This is Scobie, signing off.